Hey Grace, getting close to being done with the to-do list for this project. So what I normally do at this point is I do a video that explains to you how I built the store. So this doesn't explain how to use Shopify or how to use the Flex theme out of the sandbox. They both have plenty of really good documentation for that matter, so doesn't Klaviyo, right? This is meant to explain to you how I've built your store. So this is to document things that you won't find documented with Shopify or out of the sandbox or Klaviyo. So I'm going to walk through your site, page by page, and explain how I've done things so that you can go in and edit them. So what I recommend you do is, as you're listening to this, take notes, not about what I'm saying, but like about when I talk about a certain topic. And basically build yourself a table of contents. So when you want to go back and review how the cart page was managed, you can look up in your notes, go, oh, cart, that's covered in minute 25, right? That kind of thing. But that's your choice if you want to do that. So I'm going to go through page by page and plan how the site was built. And what you're going to see is I'm going to call this the front end, the customer facing side of the website. And you notice when you're logged into the Shopify admin, you get this little gray bar at the bottom. Your customers never see this, but it's really nice because it lets you log into the Shopify admin right into the page that you're looking at. And I'm going to call the Shopify admin the back end, right? So frequently I'll just be toggling between the front end and the back end. So that's the terms I'll usually use. So here, got the new logo up and running. It actually fit in quite well. I used this blue in Ocean's Treasures is the blue that was on the shell part. I kept the gradient in. Normally I don't do gradients. I like things a little more flat from a logo standpoint, but this gradient's actually a nice one, and it gives a luster, right, which is important for your product. So it really made sense to keep that in. And I made what's called a fave icon. It's up here. It's the thing that shows up in the tab. So I made a fave icon that is just that image there. And we're showing that logo in the header and the footer. And I actually don't even think I've looked at it on mobile, so let's do that right now. I've looked at your site on mobile, just never thought about what the logo looks like. Yeah, it looks fine on mobile too. All right, so this is your main navigation. I put settings. I put all the settings under one bucket of settings, and they click on that page, and they pick. This is called a list of collections page. And I thought I had a drop down for settings, so let me look. I'm gonna take a note right now, and I'll take different notes as I find things that I need to address. So one of them is main nav, no settings drop down. But our main nav, I like to keep main nav really shopping focused, right? So there's not, like an about us, and or about our products. Your shopping, the big buckets are your different categories of jewelry, pendants, rings, necklace, and bracelets. Settings, that's why I sent you an email, like what percentage of your business do you think is settings? It's really small. So we just, put everything bucketized under settings. And then parties, which is, a shopping link also, right? That's, you're selling a service there. So having your parties being the top nav, I think is important also. And then on mobile, you get this what's called the hamburger thing, and the navigation shows up there. I'm actually going to change the mobile hamburger color. Okay, so back to our desktop view. And what I've got here on your home page is we got this banner. I call this a "You Are Here" kind of sign. I like putting in here. Here's who we are. Here's our value prop, as opposed to a shopping link, right? It doesn't say shop now and here's our for sale products. It's like somebody lands on your homepage, let them know what you're about before you try to sell them, so that they know they're in the right place. But you can make this whatever you want it to be. And then I put the collections here. the same as the top four. I didn't put settings down here. Of course we could. And we got some text here. And then we've also got best-selling products. Now you have no sales data, but as sales start coming through, your best-selling products will rise to the top of this, which is a nice little piece of merchandising. This text I pulled from your own site, your old site, and I just grabbed some stock photography for the images. I also added an app for reviews that I'll talk about a little bit later, and I would imagine over time we would replace this module with the review one once you start getting active reviews in. And this is a Klaviyo sign up form, so if anybody signs up here, it adds them straight into Klaviyo. And I have a slightly different form. It's very, very not noticeable, the difference in it on mobile. If I refresh the page, it should show up. And I just changed some padding and stuff like that. But you'll have a different form for mobile and desktop for this element, and the same thing is true for the pop-ups, right? The pop-ups, there's a different one for mobile and a different one. Although they have the same text and the same look and feel, they're slightly different from format reasons. Now let me show you that the home page here, if I go in and edit the home page, it's going to open up on the back end theme customization, and you have a Klaviyo newsletter section that I built out in addition to the normal one. So this one, you won't find documentation for it on the Out of the Sandbox website because I built this section for you, but it's pretty intuitive on how it works. Let's continue on our, one of my dogs is over there making funny little noises. Oh, there's your pop-up that shows up. This is a Klaviyo driven pop-up, so somebody puts their email address or their phone number, it gets entered directly into Klaviyo. And there's, like I said, a different one for homepage and desktop. Now, the footer, right? I got these links going on here, and I'm going to take another note, something I remembered I wanted to clean up, and that's on the mobile footer. So let's go through, these are what I call evergreen pages. Let's go through each one of them. Right? So the About Us in the back end is edited through a page.details template. And I actually have a video that explains how to edit the different types of pages, because there's like 3 different ways that pages can be edited. So that video will help you with that, and I'll include that video in the resources that I add to your Notion, just like this video will be added to that. And what I'm using, whenever I use a banner, I just use the same banner, which is a stock photo I got. We can replace it with other things. I didn't, there wasn't a lot of good stock photography that represented your product offering. But like on the parties page, I could see us down the road having an image that's, from a party. Whenever you come up with an image, we can replace those kind of things out. So let's go back to About Us. So this one here, you came up with some text, which is really good. You gave me some imagery, and I made this little image here just to show the moving online part. So this page is actually complete right now, right? There's no gaps in it. You can always build on it and make it better over time, but this one's not missing anything. Pearl Knowledge, I think, is the same way, where there's no holes in this one. That's nice. About our products, I think this page is just text. You might want to liven it up, but this is the kind of stuff that I think you just evolve over time. This is totally fine right now, and then you should get better and better with it over time as you come up with more content and photos and videos and that kind of stuff. Your pop-ups, we show the 2 different locations, and the videos, I've shown you this page before. We just show all the different videos, and as you come up with text, descriptions for them, we can put them in there. You can turn these into blog articles, all that kind of good stuff. The policy pages, I think this one is already current with your content, because this does not look like it's boilerplate from within Shopify. But these are edited under policies. So if you go into the back end, under settings, under legal, this page has 4 different policies: refund, privacy, terms of service, and shipping. And you'll notice those are the 4 that are used in this middle navigation here: shipping, refund, privacy, terms. And whenever you're in the cart, so I'm just going to add something to the cart really quick, and go from cart to checkout. In the checkout experience, there's also going to be links, and these are automatically put into the system, and they'll come up here in a second. I gotta update that logo too. Update checkout logo. What you'll see here is there's 4 links, and those are automatically added if you have content in that settings area. So this is the same content. It looks a little different format wise. It's the same content that shows up here that is also showing up inside of these footer links. And the shipping and refund policy I've also got showing up inside of the product pages under what's called an accordion. So here we have a shipping and a returns and exchanges. So you edit that content once here, and it shows up in all 3 different places, which is kind of nice. So 3 different policies. Just want to check really quick to see. What I'm wondering is if we have the pearls. Oh, not that one. What about privacy? Pearls showing up. Yeah. So privacy, I'm going to update pearls. And we may need to do the same thing on terms. Yeah, same thing on terms. So I'll take a note for that. Okay. So those are your policy pages. We've also got a contact us page, which I added in the phone number and email that were in your FAQ. This is nicely formatted, pretty simple page. We can put a map on here if you want. Sometimes I like showing a map just to show that, hey, we're in Southern California kind of thing. If you don't want to show your address, I can put like a zip code or a town. And then there's also an FAQ, and this is the FAQ of your site. It's got this accordion functionality, so I think it looks kind of nice. So those are your evergreen pages. Now let's go into your shopping experience, and let's just start with your most populated collection, which is pendants. And I contemplated having filters, but there's only 1 page of elements here. There's not that many, especially for some of your other pages, like bracelets. I think there's 2. Yeah. So really people are making a decision based on design, right? So it's a subjective thing, not an objective thing. So it's not like I can have filters of material or something like that. I think people just got to look at them and see which ones they like. Like, oh, I like the butterfly, or I like the turtle, as opposed to. So I didn't put filters. Is basically what I'm saying. I totally can, but they really didn't make sense in this shopping experience. Where people are, I think they're picking one of the 4 categories: pendants, rings, necklace, bracelets. Once they pick those categories, and they're looking at the designs, and then once they pick a product, there's choices to be made. So each of your 4 product categories has different. These are called variants, right? So I think they've all got pearl color, right? And as they change the color, it highlights. There's chain for the pendants, and in Shopify we're allowed up to these 3. These are called options: pearl color, chain, and length are options. We're allowed up to 3 options, and a total combination of 100. We can do more than 3 choices customers make. We just can't do them within what's called Shopify variants. But that's not a problem. On rings, I think we've got 2 color choices, right? The color of the pearl and the setting color. Now, I've been calling these silver, rose, and yellow. I'm not calling it rose gold and yellow gold, which we can change that right now, right? But this is what I'm calling them: silver, rose, and yellow. And these are alphabetical, by the way. Black, pink, white, that's alphabetical order. Silver, rose, yellow, that's alphabetical order. We can change the order if you want to. It's a little complex now because we have to go through all the products individually, but it can totally be done. Right? And for necklaces, the choices we have, I think, is just pearl color. Yeah, so I don't know if there's different types of chains or lengths. If there is, let me know and we can add those in. And on bracelets, I think it's also just a color choice that customers make, and that is true. So let's go back to pendants. And what I have, so you got the options, you add to cart. These three product seals, I have to make product seals for you. I just threw in one that I had lying around, right? And I forget what they were that we talked about. Let me look. Oh, it's 30-day return policy, discreet packaging, and gift pouch. So I'm going to make product seals, graphics, that represent those things, and then we'll put those in there. And these, are themed. The color of them is meant to map into your theme, and this is really cool. So let's go here. Under online store on the back end, I'm going to go into theme customization, and down at the bottom here I'm going to click on theme settings, and then I'm going to click on Jade Puma elements. And here what you'll see is if I scroll down, and let me, while I'm doing this, just go into a page that has product seals, right? So your actual black color, if I remember correctly, that we're using, I think we're using 404040, right? So I can make this 404040. And if you watch over here, the text becomes lighter black, darker gray, whatever you want to call it, right? So we can control the colors of these here. And if we change it here, it changes it across all the products. We can also say, well, we've only got 3 of them, so let's make them a little bit bigger. And they become, once it saves and updates, there we go, a little bit bigger. Right? And we have different sizes on mobile and stuff like that. So this is a nice little way to control product seals. I actually think those are just a little bit too big. I'm going to take them down to 120 so they're bigger, but not dominating the page. So that's product seals. And these are going to be the same 3 across all the products. We can put if-then statements if we want to. Here's the product description that you put in there. And here I have an accordion. So the shipping and returns and exchanges shows up for every single page or every single product. But the about pearls doesn't show up for every single product. And right now, there's just placeholder text in place. So the pearls accordion shows up if there's a product option that says pearl color, which rings has. All right. So I click on this, we'll see about pearls, right? So does it necklaces. And I'm not going to go through bracelets also because you know it's there, right? So bracelets has it too, but where we don't have that is in settings. So if I go to settings and click on one of these products, notice there's no pearl color product option up here. So down here, there's no pearl color accordion, all right? So it automatically will put that content down there when appropriate. So the first, let's call it dynamic product accordion that I have is pearl color. Let's go back to a product with pearl color, and there we see about our pearls. Now the second one we have is setting color. And right now, right, you've got that little description here. The nice thing about this is you can remove it from this section up here and put the more technical details about, well, this is, it's all 925 sterling silver, and the yellow gold is a gold 14 karat plating, and yada yada. So you can explain it a little bit more detail. And the nice thing is when you explain it a little more detail once, it'll show up on all those products automatically, right? So you edit it once, it shows up everywhere that you need it. So it's really nice. Same thing with about our pearls, right? You can put information about the colors. You can choose from white, pink, or black. You can even talk a little bit about the colors, why different people would pick them for different reasons, the size. That can all go in here. And then the nice thing is your product description here can stay focused on the design, right? And which is the first part of what you're doing here, but you can double down on that a little bit and talk a little bit more about the design if you want to go that route. So that's the second accordion that shows up. Color choices. I think there's a third one. I'm trying to remember. Oh, under settings. Yeah, that was it. So under settings, where we have a option. Ooh, we don't have it for that one. Settings, ring settings. will we be setting your Pearl? So I'm going to take another note and check settings categories. For setting product option. So if it says, if the product option will be setting your Pearl exists, then we have the about setting your Pearl content. And also notice this one, you're choosing a setting color. So we also have the setting color choices content. Now that content, right, it's all placeholder, right? So let's explain how to update that. If we go into the back end and go under online store pages, there's 3 pages for those 3 options. And the title is, so let's pick setting color choices, right? The title of the page matches the title of the accordion. So if I change this to be hello, now it might take the server a second or two to catch up, but here in a minute, this is going to say setting color choices hello. Like I said, it can take the server a minute to catch up to us. So we're going to leave that alone for a second and see if it actually does update. If it doesn't, I'll take a note down for that. But here, this content, right? This is garbage placeholder text, right? That I put in. It's just, the word vegan, right? So there should be the word vegan right here. So all you got to do is put in your description about your color choices here by replacing this text. And you can even add photos and stuff to this page, right? But where this page shows up is inside of this accordion. Yep, there goes the hello. Finally, it caught up to us. The server's a little bit slow here. So I'm going to delete that. So the way you edit the accordion content is you edit pages, right? And it's easy to figure out which page to edit because you just got to look at the accordion title, about setting your Pearl, and then you go find the page that says about setting your Pearl. There it is. And this content here, whatever you put there, will show up in this accordion. Like I said, including photos, and you can even embed videos and all that good stuff if you want there. So you do have a task of creating content for about setting your Pearl, creating content for setting color choices, and creating content for the third one, which is the about our pearls, right? So these top 3 pages need content from you to fill them out. But that's our product page. I think I explained all of it. So we also got the reviews here. This is an app called Judge Me. It will automatically send an email out to your customers after they make a purchase. And then usually about 10% of your customers will leave a review. So if you get 10 customers in a month, you'll be probably getting 1 review per month. And right now we're on the free level of this app, which is really nice. And there's a paid level which costs about $16 a month, which is not that expensive when you're starting to generate revenue. What I usually tell stores is hold off until you're doing like 10 reviews or 10 sales per month, and then use that revenue to pay for the paid version, because there's a couple extra features in there like better branding inside the emails that go out and all that good stuff. But I wouldn't spend that money now until you start generating sales. And I like telling store owners, like, set a goal, like 10 sales per month, and then that'll help pay for this paid part of the service. But it works, the free part works totally. So as reviews come in, they'll just start showing up, which is awesome to see, right? Actually, I'll just show you an example. This is a store I launched, I think in February, and they had no reviews before. So what we did is we sent emails out to all our customers from the past year, and they've been getting reviews in from their current sales, and they've already gotten 93 reviews in the past couple months, which is just totally awesome, right? That's really helpful content for everybody as they look at products. And when they go and look at a product, they'll actually see the reviews on that product page. So that's our product page. Now, I didn't talk about in the header up here is we've got this free shipping counter thing going on. So let me go to the cart and clean out the cart and talk about the 3 states that this has. So state number 1 is your cart is empty. And then in that case, the promotion says free shipping for orders over $100. State number 2, there's products in your cart, but it doesn't reach the $100 threshold. So let's just pick a $80 pendant, add that to our cart, and you'll see now it says only $20 to free shipping. And we changed the coloring a little bit. And then let's say I order 2 of those, which is going to put me on $160. I'm going to refresh my page. And now you'll see it says, congratulations, you have free shipping. All right, so that messaging is managed. Let's go into online store, themes, customize. And once again, go down to the bottom, pick theme settings, and go to Jade Puma Elements. And what you'll see here is there's a checkbox to show the free shipping promotion. Right? If I turn that off, this will go away. There it goes. If I turn it back on, it'll show up again. And then the text, so I can also change the threshold, right? I can make it $200 free shipping or $50 free shipping. And all this text is managed through these boxes here. So that's easy to figure out. And then we also use the same logic in the cart, a little bit different coloring, not much. It's the same green, but we don't have the background going on. But here it says, congratulations, you have free shipping. If there's under $80, it'll say only $20 for free shipping with a slightly different color. And then if there's nothing in the cart, this gray box goes away. So there's no state when there's, to show the $100 to free shipping. But in that case, this element still up here and does that for us. Okay, so I haven't shown you the parties page. All right, we need some content for that. I don't know if you got videos you sent me, but I don't know if you got photos of the party you did last week. But if you did, and there's ones you want to use, let me know and we can get those in here and build this content out a little bit better. But this page here, so this form, it just will send an email off to anybody who's interested. And this is a content page that you can edit like any of the others. So that's the front end of the website, and like I said, I think we're pretty much feature complete on that stuff. So let's go into, let me take another step into the cart. We didn't do that in too much detail. Well, there's not much to show, but I just want to show you the branding in there. So let's add a product to our cart. And by a cart, I meant checkout, sorry. Let's go into the checkout experience. So here I'll change out this logo. We've got the same coloring going on. I'm gonna go into step number 2. Notice here it's automatically calculating tax at the moment. So I'm just gonna put in test at Jade Puma because it already knows Scott at jadepuma.com. We got address completion automatically showing up, which is something we have to turn on. And if I go to continue shipping, all right, so here's the shipping information that I pulled off your FAQ. So let me know if this has changed at all. So because my product is over $100, I have free shipping. You also have standard shipping for $8, 2-day shipping for $22, and 1-day shipping for $35. So those are the numbers I pulled out of your FAQ. Let me know if you want to change those. And right now what I've done for shipping, and I'll show this to you, is I've set up shipping in the continental United States. So let's go to shipping, which is under settings, and shipping and delivery. And up here we've got contiguous US. I'm going to go to manage rates. And what you'll see for contiguous US, if I right here, it's 49 states. So that's the lower 48 plus Washington, D.C. So what I don't have yet is Hawaii, Alaska, Puerto Rico, Guam. So let me know if you're going to ship to those places and if the rules are different, right? So I'm assuming, for example, they won't be getting free shipping, but maybe they will. You might be using USPS flat rate shipping contain boxes that are the same cost anywhere in the United States, even to like Guam and that kind of thing. But let me know if you want me to add those into this shipping zone, or if I should make another shipping zone for Alaska, Hawaii, and the territories. Um, my recommendation right now is that you not go to worldwide shipping because that just gets more complex. Um, there's things like, whenever you ship anything to Russia, it's going to take forever and it's probably going to get stolen and all that kind of stuff. I wouldn't introduce the complexities of international shipping until you actually start generating enough sales and interest that like people from Canada are asking you about it, and then I'd do it, or Australia, or UK. But I would not open up shipping to the whole world, just because it's a whole quagmire, especially when you start talking about shipping jewelry and is it taxed and is there import duties and all that kind of stuff. It can get complex, but it's something we can totally turn on. I have a lot of clients who run global stores. I'm just saying, I'd get your feet wet in the United States first, get comfortable with that before you start thinking about expanding out to the other countries. Because to do that, you're gonna have to start marketing those countries also, and before you do that, you got to learn how to market in the United States. So that is the shipping. That's what I wanted to show you here in the checkout experience. So let's go into the back end now and just see if there's any things that I want to show you. So first thing is under theme, right? This is the theme we're using. To edit a lot of your content, you'll go into customize theme. There's a whole bunch of Shopify tutorials on how to do that, but I would definitely look into that. And blog posts, we don't have any yet, all right, but we can totally create blogs inside of Shopify. As an example for you, in my website, this is a Shopify run website, even though I'm not selling anything on it. I'm using Shopify just as a platform, right? And I have one blog here, right, my portfolio blog. I have another blog here, which is my podcast blog. I have another blog here, which is just different videos that I've done. And then I've got one more blog, this one here, helpful articles. So I have 4 different blogs in one store. So just trying to show to you that we can do a blog for your site. We can also do multiple blogs if you wanted to. Right? So and then pages. So the pages that we have on your site, these 3 here we talked about already. They drive the content for the accordions. Pearl Knowledge is an evergreen page. Reviews is powered by Judge Me. I haven't shown it in the navigation right now because you have no reviews. But once you get a few reviews in, then we can turn this page on by putting it to the navigation. About Our Products is an evergreen page that we talked about. Parties is an evergreen page we talked about. Videos is an evergreen page we talked about. Pop-ups is an evergreen page we talked about. Sizing, we have the ability in the store. I turned it off right now. We have the ability to, on a product page, have a little thing, have a little link here that's a sizing guide, right? And what it does is it pulls up and let me actually show you these guys here. Not these guys, this one here. These guys are using the same thing you're using. So let's just go to a product and size guide, right? We can have a little link right there, size guide, and you click on it and it brings up a size guide, right? And what they've done here is they've got men's charts, women's charts, and all sorts of explanations about sizing kind of thing. Because we don't have that content for your site, I didn't put in the size guide, but I just want you to know that we can totally put in a size guide. It's a checkbox in the theme settings, and then what we need to have that have content is we need this page updated with sizing information. So I put the placeholder there. And then I created 3 landing page templates because I have to create templates in code for these what I call rich or product detail pages. So a product details page is one like this with a banner and images, or one like this where you have videos and all that kind of. These are all done in product.details templates, and I have to make those in code. So I made 3 of those for you, so you can use them in the future. About the team is a page I don't think we're using right now. So, or that might actually be the one about you, your story one. And then contact us in FAQ. So there's all of our pages in our store. The navigation menus are stored here. Um, Nothing complicated there to explain. I thought that this settings one was going to be showing up as the drop down for this settings one, and it's not. So I got to figure that out. Um, but that set, so this page here, which I did not explain, it's a good thing I thought of that. So this page here is a list of collections pages, right? So each one of these is a collection, even though this URL here says collections, right? So how do these 4 collections show up on this page? That's done by this navigation menu, right? Whatever collections I put in this menu item, so let's just add another one for necklaces, add it there and save menu. Go back to the front end once the server catches up with us, right? Which we saw before, it took a minute or two. Oh, that was quick. There's necklaces, right? So by adding a collection to this menu, delete it, remove, save, or removing it, removes it from this page. Now, I don't think you're going to need to update this page that often. I just want you to know that you have to go to navigation menus under online store to adjust this content. And the order you put them in is done by the nav menu also. And now our server's taking a little bit longer to clear out, but that's not a problem. I'm not going to worry about that. Domains, so we set up domains today, right? We had the shop one before, pearls.net, but now pearls.net and Ocean's Treasure, www and not www, are all pointing to this website. So all these domains point to the website, but what we do, which is a best practice for Google, is we have everything resolved to one URL. That's called the primary domain. So no matter what you put in, I haven't done this yet today, so we'll see what happens here. If I do pearls.net, yep, it goes to the Shopify store and goes to the Ocean's Treasure domain without the www, which is a choice that I made. I'm not a fan of the www. But if you were to put in www, that works, right? But it takes you to the non-www version. So in Google, even though any domain can work, we're only resolving at the end one domain back. So we're not confusing Google at all on what your domain is, right? And what I did today, and I think I added you as a user to it, is I created a Search Console record for your domain. As you're starting to work on SEO stuff, right? So if I go to Ocean's Treasure domain property, I just created this today, so it doesn't have coverage yet, but this is where you're able to track how Google is treating your site, indexing pages, and all that kind of stuff. So here's the actual domain, the URL, the full Shopify store URL, and what I did is I told them, hey, we've got a sitemap. It's at sitemap.xml. It's already discovered 128 URLs from that, and it's going to start indexing them over time. Right now, if we go here, we'll see nothing's indexed yet, but over time, this will start populating. And it can take a couple weeks for that to happen. And the point being here, if you go to Google right now and you search for Ocean's Treasure, your store doesn't come up yet because you're not indexed in Google. So today I told them this store exists at this domain. So as soon as those pages start getting indexed, you'll be able to search for Ocean's Treasure and you'll start showing up, right? And the really nice thing about that, by the way, is there's one other brand, that's Ocean Treasure Spa, that has a similar, Ocean Treasures type of branding. So it shouldn't be hard for you to appear appropriately on this page, right? Where pearls might have been harder for you to show up even for your own brand, which is crazy, but that's because, it's a generic pearls phrase. So let's go back to our back end, right? We're just going through different things. Here on preferences, I've got some Google Analytics stuff set up here. Oh, I need to make you a new social sharing image. Now that we have a new logo. This image gets used if you were like to text your URL through text messaging to somebody else, it would pull an image. It would pull this image up. Here's a bunch of Google Analytics stuff that I've done to have good reporting, and I've also set up a report for you to get every Monday. Let me just show that to you. Go to Google Analytics and go to your store. I think that's under Pearls, Pearls, Pearls. It's this one here, Shopify. So I created this little scorecard under Dashboards, Shopify scorecard. And this will be sent to your inbox every Monday morning. So it's just a nice little way to have a little check on the business for the past week. You can see where your traffic came from, what were your top pages, how many sales you did, and I just consider it like a heartbeat. You can see what's going on, and if like you did a Facebook advertising campaign, you'd want to see Facebook as a traffic source. You want to see whatever landing page you built out for show up in your top pages. So it's just a nice heartbeat for your business. And now I want to go into apps. We only have 2 apps in your store: Klaviyo for email and Judge Me for reviews. And then down to settings, you've already set up payments. Shipping we talked about already. Taxes, I gave you one task. I don't know if you did it or not. Let's check. You have to put in your tax ID. Yep, you already did it, so you're doing fine. It automatically calculates taxes and all that good stuff. Locations, notifications. Notifications, you might want to, if you haven't done it already, go down, way down the bottom, and there's a staff order notifications. I'm going to take mine out of here right now because I don't want that. But you might want to come down here and add your email address to get notified when orders come in. Which would be a good thing. So here's all the files that I've created and uploaded to your store. You can reuse them. They're in the files section. Also, your videos are loaded up here. But that's where they're all located at. And I've got source files if you ever need any of them. You've already signed up for a plan, users and permissions. I think we covered everything. So that is your tutorial video. I've got 7 new tasks from walking through your store. I'll get those done really quick. And I'll send this video out to you along with a couple other ones that I mentioned about like how to edit pages and stuff like that. And let me know if you got any questions. Thanks.